that can afford to go back. Let's move you in a little bit, that might help. So sending that one back. These two for sure I want to go along, so those I'm putting in there. This one can afford some more time in the heavy grit, so it's going on. Sometimes you want so badly to move them along, you move them along before you really should. So this is actually a good exercise. This one we already, oh, this is the one I said I didn't want to lose the pocket on. So that one's gonna move on even though it's not perfect, because if I get rid of this part up here, just enough to move along. Last week when we did our tumble review, I wasn't sure if I was going to run the vibratory tumbler or not, but later in the week I did decide to start that. So we've got the first batch of that done. I'll go through that after I go through what's currently in the rotary tumbler, and we'll take a look. So let's go look. So taking the first bit, remember all of these go, because they're out of the vibe, I clean them because it's different grits each time. Toothbrush. I want to make sure not to contaminate the next batch with some. So we'll show you when they come out. You don't have to look at them all going in too. First batch is done with the ultrasonic. Let's dump that out here to look at. Get the second batch in. Okay, experiment to begin. We're going to put a couple of used dryer sheets in here to try to keep things from falling through. I think they'll keep things from also, I'm sure we'll spill some, but I think it'll be much better than it was, which was not being used at all. So this is the majority, just the ceramics. This one last agate, and then we've got the other batch coming out shortly, and then it'll be ready to go back to the tumbler, and it will be at the 500 grit for a couple of days. Tumbler has been running at the 500 grit. We are going to now just do the ultrasonic cleaning and put it in for the 1200 polish. Okay, here we are with the first batch coming out of the ultrasonic. Let's grab another few to throw in there, and then we'll take a look at these. Getting a nice shine on those already. This agate's lovely. Right. Very pleased when I looked at these before I put them in the ultrasonic. Very little grit. Of course, it's a smaller grit, so. Very green wood. Doesn't even look like wood, does it? It looks more like just a jasper. Oops. Kind of agate this was that I slabbed all up, but it's turning out very nice. Not Montana. That's the one thing I know. There's this little piece, a little thin slice. I think this is Montana though. Create it. So light, of course, he's got that one sitting down there. Some AZRE rock. Maybe got a decent polish and it's still got another couple of grits to go. Don't remember what this one is. Sort of looks like petwood, but I don't think it is. It's very pretty. There's a Wisconsin tater. A small one. Together. Now, I honestly can't tell you how long all of this was in the 60-90 before I started putting in the polish, because I stopped keeping track of that. It's a pretty piece of very dark brown jasper that many years ago I got from Currently Rock Hounding. Finally decided to start cutting it up. Piece of granite, I believe. It's very smooth for granite. And last piece of mookaite in this batch. Got a little over 2 minutes left for the other batch to come out, so we'll come back when they're out of the cleaner. Okay, next batch is out. Got the ready. Last batch of the big pieces ready to go in. And we'll just have the smalls and the, what do you call them, ceramics. And then we'll be ready to start the polisher again. Oh, this is the second one. Waterline. All looking pretty good. Pretty agate. Fossil with a koozie pocket. And a piece of shirt with a koozie pocket. Excuse me. Quartzite, I believe. Take it with a nice druzy pocket in it. section of that jasper. Very pretty stone. Oops. I like this little chip because it's got little dendrites in it. You can actually see what they look like on the outside. It's a little piece of intarsia I was working on that I got a little bit too much of a sliver off of on the first frame. So into the tumbler it goes. The agate's still very pretty, and the back is still, jasper back is still very pretty, but the frame, it got broke. It happens. So let's look at this. Malawi, Mozambique. I don't remember one of the ones that starts with an M. Pattern in it. That's the outside, it's the inside. Gorgeous. This is the one with the nice little box on the inside. This is the one with the nice little box on the inside. Focusing? Doesn't seem like it. That looks better. I think this is a Malawi. That I just cut in half, and it didn't look like much, so goes in the tumbler. This is island agate. Turning out very nicely. I can't remember which one this one is. Not a whole lot going on in there. And of course, a local piece of churt. Well, here I am on the patio. It's a beautiful day. Got my book, got my box of rocks that just came out of the tumbler on its final batch. So why don't we take a look at them? How you doing, Buck? You enjoying this nice weather too? Me too. These are the ones that just came out of the tumbler. They've been 60-90'd in the rotary tumbler until I felt they were ready to move on, and then they went to the vibratory tumbler, 120 to 220 for 3 days, 500 for 3 days, 2 days on the 1200, and then 2 days on the 8000. So let's look at a few of them. Some don't polish as well as others, as in the sodalite. I was surprised. It varies a lot in hardness from one to another, so some are much shinier than the others, but they're still nice and smooth. Agates, of course, always turn out very nicely. Some great banding in this one. There we go. That's got the shadow out of the reflection out of the way. Very nice on that one. This is a few of the rough rubies. I was really surprised they don't. Oopsie. One's on the ground now. I'll have to pick it up later. They don't polish up nicely at all. They're still, I mean, they got a little bit of shine on it. You can see on this one here. Get it just right, but not particularly much. So for $10, it was worth the experiment to put them in the tumbler and see what would happen. Here's a piece of stick agate. Of course, being agate, agates always come out nicely. Very pretty shine. Next one is the Malawi. Let's zoom out just a little bit. I cut it in half, and it wasn't all that impressive. See it in the tumbler. It's got some nice moss in it, but no banding. I don't remember what kind of little nugget this was. It's very pretty. Pattern in it though. This next one was a piece of intarsia I was working on, and I started polishing it, and the base cracked on the agate, and then the jasper frame broke, so I just threw it in the tumbler and said, it's pretty. Perhaps I'll salvage it someday. Just like that scene, nice mountain scene. This has had some nice eyes on the outside. I think, why on earth am I having such trouble getting this in the frame? Gracious. I don't even know if you can see that beyond the reflection. The piece has some banding in it. This next one is a piece of unikite, and that's entirely too close. There, let's try that. Self-collected. These two pieces are from Sunken Treasures. Oh, is that focusing? There we go. And the Fairburn agates, I believe. Tumbled up very nicely. Love the eyes on them. I believe this is a piece of tree agate. If I remember correctly. Beautiful structures in there. There's another little piece of that agate that was on the piece that got ruined. I was trying to make a slow cut off, but it's a beautiful little scene in there. A little piece of Montana agate, very just some pretty banding. Got a couple more. This is another one of those North Woods rocks. It's got little pockets of agate in it. It's shined up very nicely. Just the one that was, kept saying it's got box in it. You have to be careful with it. It turned out very nicely. It did break through, but at least it didn't get rid of all of them. So I'm quite pleased. And this is one of the rocks from the pond. It's got some brachiopod profiles in it. If you get so shiny. It's two different ones because they're not lined up. But what you barking at, Buck? I see you. He's my good puppy. He's my good puppy.